Hi there, this is Mark McRae, and today I want to talk to you about being independent of thought. And the really successful, happy businessmen that I know are all independent of thought. And let me explain what I mean by that. So I have been a derivative trader for over 20 years, and it was a full-time business for me for a long time. And one of the things I used to do was work with lots of traders, probably in the region of somewhere between 3 and 10,000 traders. Over a long period of time, I've worked with literally thousands of traders. And the traders who were really successful were the ones who could think for themselves. In other words, they didn't pay attention to the news, the experts, what was going on in the world. They had a very clear vision of how they should trade and what would work and what wouldn't work. They were independent of thought. And I see that very much the case in business. So, for example, I'm like everybody else. I buy every course that's out there that looks good and can help my business. But what I keep coming back to is using my own data. Just because I've read a course that says if you do this tweak on Facebook ads, you're going to get X result, I can't ignore what my own data is telling me. I have to be in all of the best results I've ever had in any direction I've gone in is when I've thought for myself and been independent of thoughts and used the information that I've accumulated over time to help me go forward. That doesn't mean you don't learn. It doesn't mean you don't educate yourself and become parts of masterminds or take however many courses you like. But ultimately, you've got to decide the direction for you and your company based on, and it's going to be based on information and gut feel, right? Does it feel right for you? There's nothing worse than going in a particular direction when your gut's telling you straight from the minute you start that there's something wrong with this. You'll never be comfortable with that. So, be bold. You'd rather fail for your idea than someone else's. So that's the tip for today. Be independent of thought, and we can work together to build your strategic empire. Thanks for listening.